All right, we are chatting with Alamogordo girls basketball, and we are joined by Coach Vela and Coach Flores and Coach Allen, all in studio today. And we've got four ladies here. Well, first of all, Coach Vela, how are you? Get up there on the mic for me.
I'm doing just fine, sir. How about yourself?
Fantastic. You want to introduce the four ladies you brought with you?
Yes. I have, first we have here to my left, we have Teeya Gordon, a senior. Then we have Madison Ruiz, a senior. Madi Flores, a sophomore. And then, of course, Nevaeh Boyle, a junior.
Junior. All right. Ladies, doing good?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Coaches, doing good?
Doing good.
Yes, sir.
All right. Happy to have you here. Coach, brand new year. It's always exciting. First week of practice. I mean, it's a little, I'm sure, hectic and stressful, getting through, figuring out who's varsity, who's JV, who's C team, all that. But I'm sure for as long as you've been coaching, how many years in coaching is this for you now?
Oh, my goodness. I'm about to age myself here. Let's see. Now you're making me count. Oh, this is year 26.
Wow. So
this is year 26.
But still, that first week of practice, it still gets get the juices going still?
Oh, yes. I've been excited, giddy, doing the typical writing down notes, watching videos, trying to get things ready. A lot of people don't understand what goes on behind the scenes to get ready for that first week of practice, and making sure you have your uniforms, your practice gear, your schedule. There's just so much that goes into it. And then, so this first week has been hectic. They think they've had it rough. It's been hectic for me.
Yeah.
Parent meetings, getting the practice plans out, getting all the meal requests made, getting the bus requests made, making sure the schedule's finalized, and then getting a scouting plan together, and it's, there's a lot that goes into it, and spending a lot of time with my kids, as much time with my kids as possible, because now I'm in that mode where I'll be getting home probably, late, and they'll be asleep, and they'll get to see me for a little bit in the morning, and then, there we go again, So I got a lot of basketball out of the way with my little one. I coached him up a little bit and got to see him play, and my other one, let them play their leagues, and they're taking a little hiatus while I'm actively coaching, and we'll be back at it once this is over. But yeah, it's been hectic.
Yeah.
For some reason, this preseason has been pretty hectic.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the first week of practice, what was your impression so far of what you've seen from the team after 4 days of practice? It's not obviously a lot of sample size, but what have you seen so far?
Oh man, a group of young ladies who play hard. They don't question anything we tell them. We've worked out pretty hard this week, and we've put them through the ringer, and there really hasn't been any complaints. They just do it, And we've had four players come over from volleyball. That sounds about right. So we've had about four that came over from volleyball. So we really haven't had a chance to play as a practice or play as a team. So this is our first look as a staff as what we're going to look like. Are we a little rough around the edges? Yes, but as hard as they're working, the savvy that they have, quite a few of them play club ball. They've been active with Lady Extreme in the summer and playing with us, so and working out on their own. That they have the skill set. Now it's just a matter of putting it all together, and so we can start winning some games. So my first impression is we're going to be all right. We did lose a couple of players. We had Elizabeth Needham, who unfortunately her dad was Air Force, and they got shipped off to Wyoming. She was obviously a big part of what we're doing. And then Madi Flores, we're trying to see what Ruiz. I'm sorry. What did I say? Ruiz. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. See, I'm showing my age. 26 years of coaching. That's what that losing hair amongst other things. But she's got an injury that we're trying to figure out what's going on with her. And then we had another player that just decided that it wasn't for her. And we understand that, So and then we have another player who's going through trying to figure out what's wrong with her health wise. So right now we're minus 4 players. So we have 8. We were going to have 12. So we're a different looking team. And initially what we had planned, we're going to have to alter. So ideally, we like to run and gun and press, and we're probably going to have to modify that a little bit to fit our needs and our talent. But we still got talent. We got Teeya Gordon, who's now signed to go play basketball at Western New Mexico, who I've been a coach for a while, but I haven't been a head coach of somebody like her in terms of she's a walking double or triple team. When she's on the floor, if you don't put 2 or 3 people on her, she's going to score or she's going to get a shot off, and you're at her mercy. And I've never had a player like that as a head coach, boys or girls. And And she's signed, sealed, and that's the other thing. You know, she's signed, sealed, and delivered. I've never had a player that's already signed and already going. I've had players with dreams and, I'm going to go walk on. And I've had a couple of players sign, but nothing to where a full ride to Western New Mexico. So that's going to be fun, and how our guards, because our guards are going to have opportunities, because there's going to be so much attention with Teeya Gordon that our guards are going to have those opportunities to knock down some threes, drive, get some assists. And so our staff, I really do feel we work well together, and they all have their ideas, and we collaborate and we come up with what's going to work for us. And it, it's like last year, we started off with one idea, and when they saw us play at the end of the year, it was something totally different, So yeah, there's some good things. We're only going to get better. We do have a tougher schedule than we've had in years past. We're going to go up to Hobbs, which is going to be a nice little tournament for us, and play some northern schools. We're going up to Clovis, the Clovis tournament, which is we open up with Piedra Vista, I believe. And then, of course, we have the Artesia tournament. And then we got Los Lunas and Coach Vigil coming back to town. And so I'm looking forward to it. And our district's going to be just as Centennial's got a good group of young talent that have been active all summer. Deming's going to surprise some people. They're a favorite to win their district. Silver City's another school that we're playing that they're going to be tough. Las Cruces High, and of course, in my opinion, the district favorite would be Mayfield High School. They got a good group of kids that have been active as well. So it's not going to be easy, but you know what? It never is. It never is easy, and last year wasn't easy. And getting over that hump and winning that road game at Cruces High, that really, I remember a couple of players, and I want to say one that's sitting right here, I remember they looked at each other and they were like, hey, we won a game. And once we broke that, it was all downhill, and we just hope, we definitely want to do better than we did last year. And like I tell them, let's just compete with ourselves and be the best team we can be, and everything else takes care of itself, and we'll see. And the thing is, the beauty of it is, we got T as a senior, but, our team is so young. We're going to have a few of these players for the next 3 years. There's some young talent that are going to be, you'll probably hear about them, Addison Gonzalez, a freshman, JJ Centrella, freshman, Kalala Ramirez, freshman, Kaden Luedas, who was not going to play because she had an ACL tear, but she's a freshman, and she would have played varsity for us this year, and she'll be good to go in the spring, and that's another one. So we have a lot of young talent mixed in with what we got. The future's bright. The future's bright.
Very good. Okay. All right, move over to Teeya. When you hear your coach talk about you like that, I mean, is that fun, or is that like you just don't want to hear it, or is it cool to hear that kind of thing from him?
Well, at least from my perspective, it's like it's not real.
Yeah.
You hear like, oh, somebody signed, and you're like, oh, wow, that's cool. But then you don't think it's ever going to happen to you. So it was really eye-opening when the next thing you know, I'm signing a piece of paper to a different school, a college, Yeah. It's great.
Well, and when you think about where you were as a freshman player to where you are now, I mean, can you even put into words, I mean, the difference in terms of, how much you've grown since then?
Oh, yeah, I was like two different people. When I reflect, I look back and I was like clueless, I didn't know. I knew, but I didn't know, So I was kind of just playing with the knowledge of put my hands up in the air, throw the ball to the hoop, and hopefully, I make it. But now I've grown, I've learned, I guess matured, in a way, thanks to all my coaches and my teammates. Appreciate you guys.
All right. How was your off season? Did you get to play basketball outside of the school and do some stuff during the summertime?
Oh yeah, I played with Lady Extreme, coached by like Dustin and all of them over there. It was fun. It was fun. I was able to go to Oklahoma, tornadoes, but it was still fun to go to. We won, we lose, but it was still a fun experience. It was a great time.
I'm guessing tornadoes were happening while you were there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's why you were happy to come back to New Mexico.
Of course.
Yeah. That makes you appreciate New Mexico, going out and living in Silver City when you go to Western. So it'll be a little bit nicer there. How about first week of practice? Just normal thing at this point, or is it still kind of difficult to get back into the conditioning and everything of it?
I feel like first week of practice is always going to be like tough, no matter where you go. Even if I go to college, it's gonna be like, I gotta run again. But it's not that bad after like the first like couple of days, you know, like you said, we're in the first week of practice. It'll get better later on, and we still have more girls healing and coming back, and we're still healing from running, and you know, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine.
And when you look at this team this year, I mean, you're one of the leaders now. I mean, is that something that is exciting for you? Is it a little intimidating? What's your mindset on that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I wouldn't really call myself the leader, you know. I'm kind of just there. I'll support y'all, but I guess throughout like my years of like being here, I've like slowly worked my way up. I was just like the follower, and then I was inspiration, and then now I'm here.
Okay.
The leader.
You're kind of a follow your example kind of leader.
Right.
In that
I
way,
don't like to take the role of like having that much power, but I like to everyone to be like, yeah, we're all together, we're equal. Right. But I still like to be able to be like, yo, let's calm down. We got this. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right, very good. All right, so now the question is, Madison Ruiz. First of all, so your thumb's a little banged up at the moment?
Yes, currently.
Yeah. Was that a softball or a basketball injury?
That was a powder puff injury.
Powder puff injury. Okay, I know those powder. Those powder puff games can be pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Well, we're hoping that you can get back out there on the floor. But off season, were you able to do some basketball and do some other things, or softball? Or?
Yeah, I was able to, go to softball and compete at a different level, a state tournament. You know, it wasn't the outcome, but we did get second. So, I mean, that was a pretty good accomplishment.
And did you do any sports in the summer, or no?
I worked with Coach.
Yeah.
With Coach Vela, but other than that, it's
okay. And you didn't have a fall sport, right? No. Okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah. Powder puff. Well, yeah, exactly. There you go. How's first? Well, have you been able to do anything in the first week of practice, or have you just kind of had to watch?
I had to watch, but honestly, watching is a totally different thing because being in that situation, you see Coach like stress things, and in that moment, you're like, "What are you talking? Like what? Like like you question." But I mean, sitting on the outside, like I've realized, like everything all coaches, everything they address, there's a reasoning for that. And, like, being on the outside, like, you kind of see why they're doing it. So, I mean, I don't like watching, but it's an eye-opener to see that everything that they're teaching is definitely for a reason.
Yeah. So. Well, and you're a senior this year as well. So, I mean, do you feel kind of stepping into any type of leadership role where you're trying to help out some of the younger players and maybe, almost sitting on the sideline like a coach? I mean, you kind of learn a little bit from that? Maybe.
I mean, I try to help in to my best ability. Just I think about what coaches tell me, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use that and address it in a different way, or just to have patience with everyone. And I think everyone plays their own role on the court. Everyone's their own leaders at the end of the day. But I truly believe that everyone here plays a very significant role, whether it be just passing a ball or being the one to shoot it. I feel like everyone plays a really big role in what is to come this year.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right, move over here to Madison Flores. And is this the first time we've had you on the radio?
Yes.
Yes? You'll do fine. What kind of off-season? You were out playing basketball this summer as well, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. How was that, other than the tornado warnings?
It was good. I went to, Philadelphia and Arizona and Dallas.
Yeah. Oklahoma as well?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. What do you feel like you gained from, playing with other teams, obviously playing against that tough competition? Do you feel like that really pays off once you get into the prep sports season?
Yes, I do. I feel like my game gets faster, and I can read the court more. And yeah.
All right. How about first week of practice? What was it? Was it hard? Was it exciting to get back out there?
Yeah. At first, it's always exciting to get back, and then once you're there, you're like, "Oh, dang it, we're back." But then once you go on a water break, and you're like, "Wow, this is actually fun." But then your body feels it afterwards. The next day, it's not fun.
What's the drill that coaches make you do that you're just, please no, don't, not that again?
10, 10, and 10. Or 2-line layups.
Yeah. There's more than one is what you're saying.
Yes.
There's a couple. What's your impression of this year's group so far? I mean, what do you think this team, maybe their strengths are? I mean, they're talked about, everybody kind of has their own accountability and stepping up to be there. What would you say that some of the strengths you've seen from this group so far?
I think we're really fast. I think because we're like guards and then we have Teeya. So I think we're just really fast.
Yeah.
So
a lot of defense and trying to force turnovers this year?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're all like long and lengthy, so I think we'll be good.
All right, very good. All right, moving over here to Nevaeh, who now this is her first time on the radio as well. But how was your off season? Did you get to play some basketball in the off season?
Yes, I played with Lady Extreme as well, going to Oklahoma, Dallas, and Denver.
All right, and what do you feel like you gain from that? I mean, obviously you're playing really tough competition when you go to those, right?
Definitely seeing different styles of playing the game. There's some that definitely uses like their advantages. So if they're shooters, definitely going to see a lot of shooting. If they got some big girls, definitely going to see a lot of inside playing.
All right. First week of practice, how was it?
Exciting.
Okay.
Kind of.
It was kind of hard though too, yeah?
Yeah, going straight into it. It's like Dave said as well, it's like your body will definitely feel it afterwards, but then you get excited because you're like, oh, we're about to start playing, about to start playing games and everything.
All right. Yeah, just around the corner. That too much practice after a while, you're like, when are the games finally going to get here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably the case. Where are you seeing maybe improvement in your game going into the season? What do you feel more confident out there on the floor with?
Definitely feeling more confident in the shooting.
Yeah.
I guess my play overall definitely has improved. Like the shooting has gotten better. Like I could feel myself getting more athletic, getting there from definitely where I first started.
Okay. All right. Very good. Coach Flores, I mean, you were obviously with the team, taking them obviously to a lot of these places. What do you notice more than anything else after these girls have gotten a chance to play those, and in terms of the improvement that group makes, getting more games, more time on the floor?
They just get more confident.
Yeah.
Their confidence level is through the roof. They're not afraid of anybody or anything, to be completely honest with you. I mean, we were out there playing Team Trey Young's, Pro Skills from Nike, Puma Circuit teams, EYBL teams. We were playing like big time teams, and these girls didn't care who they were on the court with. They knew that everybody puts their what does the saying everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time.
Yeah.
Right? So I mean, these girls knew that they did that too, and they just went out there and they hooped all summer long. And my favorite part about it now is it's 8 o'clock at night sometimes, and we get text messages. Hey, can we get in the gym? Can we go hit the shooting machine? We get done with practice at 5:30, and I want to say JJ the other day was just asking us, hey, can I go hit the shooting machine at 7:30? And it's like, man, I love that because they don't want to be home. They want to be doing what they love to do, and that's why we do what we do. Yeah. So it's been an amazing experience. Got a lot of traveling. My wife loved that part.
Yeah.
Well, and that's, I mean, for this entire coaching staff, the amount of extra time they put in, whether it's travel. I mean, Coach Vela lives in El Paso. You guys are out coaching with the team and going to all these different cities and stuff. I mean, the commitment, these girls obviously have to make it, but, the coaches, I think it's worth noting, I mean, you guys have lives, you have jobs, you have family. It's, but you do it because, you want to see good for these girls, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything about what we do. I'd rather them be with us than out doing something they shouldn't be doing. So that's why we do what we do. We love it.
Yeah. All right. Coach Allen, I mean, what have you seen from this group so far as we, get ready to start the season? What gets you most excited about this year's group?
I'm more excited about being a better shooting team this year. Yeah. I feel that we got a lot better I've been here 3 years, and I think this is probably the best shooting group that we've had since I've been here. We are a little small this year, but we are quick, so between us staff, we're trying to figure out a way to, put the best plan out there, put the best plan as far as stopping teams and scoring and just figuring out a way to win.
Yeah, if you guys can obviously stay out of the half-court game, you'd like to be running up and down the floor the majority of the game, right?
We would like to run up and down the court, but again, just with injuries we have, we got to figure out a way. We got to figure out a balance. We got to figure out a balance. So That's the tough part. Just figuring out that median to where we could play up tempo like we want to, but yet we have to drop back and just play it safe for a little bit, to get the girls a breather.
And the nice thing, obviously, you guys get a lot of games here early on in the season. So, not to say that non-district doesn't matter, but at least you guys, you get a chance to kind of work through those things, and you get to see what you're going to get from this group, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, I mean, every game counts this year. Every game counts. You want to get as much wins as possible. No matter what school it is, you want to get as much wins as possible. Because when you play the tougher teams, it's going to be tough, but you want to get those wins early. So.
All right, very good. Coach, I feel like you ran through and basically answered all the questions from earlier. You talked about the other players that we're going to see, but, obviously the expectations you have for this group, you all made the state postseason last year, and, you want to take another step forward this year, maybe as a better seed, maybe get into, where you're hosting a playoff game this year.
Yes, that's definitely the goal, is to another playoff appearance and hosting a game. I do believe, we as a staff, we do believe that we can achieve that goal even with what we got. Like we tell them, that you guys are going to have to be really scrappy, dive on the floor. That's what we're trying to get them to understand right now. Dive on the floor for loose balls, be contained, be energetic. One thing I do want to add, I forgot to mention a new member to our staff, Aaron King.
Coach King.
I believe he's a 2004 graduate of Alamogordo High School, and he's coming to us. He was at Oregon Mountain about 2-3 years ago. Mm-hmm. Then he was up in Albuquerque. Now he's with us. He couldn't make it tonight, but he's on staff. And I did forget to mention a couple of other players. Brianna Padilla, I don't think I mentioned her name, another freshman. And then we got Nia Bowen, who's a junior. So once again, we got a lot of young talent. And sometimes I'm out there and I got to tell them, oh, wait a minute, we've got a lot of freshmen out there, but they don't play like freshmen. So yes, I have high expectations. I think we always do. We have an 8th grader named Kylie Beach.
Okay.
She'll be playing. She'll be seeing some time on the varsity. And once again, you see her play, and does she make mistakes? Yes, but she's not your average 8th grader out there.
Yeah.
So once again, there's a lot of, in the words of Dick Vitale, there's a lot of diaper dandies out there.
Okay.
And we would love the community to come out and check them out and understand that these girls are going to be around for the next 3-4 years. And by the time Madison Flores is a senior, it's going to be a pretty nice group of players out there. And, we'll see what happens. Like I tell them, just play hard. I'm a firm believer, if you play hard and you work hard and you do everything you're supposed to, you're going to get some kind of reward. And we just got to go out there and get it done. And I want to piggyback on what Coach said over there, talking about better shooting team. I do believe this can be one of the better shooting teams we've had. And right now in practice, we're missing a lot of shots, but we're really pushing them from a physical standpoint. Or right now, they're tired. Their legs are not under them, and but they're going to get to a point where all that running we're doing and all those drills we're doing, it's going to pay dividends, because we're going to start hitting those in practice. And we start hitting those in practice consistently under all that stress, it's going to translate to games. And now we're going to be this is nothing. We've designed practice to where the game is going to be easier than practice. And we do believe as a staff that it will translate. And, what's the answer going to be? Okay, we're going to double team Teeya. Wait a minute, they're hitting shots from the perimeter. Now we got to cover the perimeter. Oh, we'll just throw it back into T. Oh, no, T's scoring. Well, what do we do? And that's the kind of predicament we want to put teams in. Choose your poison and choose wisely. You choose what but and like Coach said, finding that balance. I'm an up-tempo guy. I like practicing fast too. And I know first year Coach Allen got here, he was like, Coach, and I just
practice
like
schedules.
Yeah.
5-minute drill, 3-minute drill. Oh.
Yeah, and I'm a firm believer. I learned this from a football coach. If you want your team to be fast, everything you do has got to be fast.
Yeah.
Our water breaks 2 minutes. Okay, let's go next drill. I give them 10-second transition between drills. When we're getting in, all right, next group, and the expectation is okay, we're ready to go, and they'll tell you there's a lot of lining up at first,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it builds character. And I love the game. You talk about me being in El Paso, and even when I'm in Pella, I'm watching basketball, going to games, going to high school games. This coming weekend we got our Tiger Madness. Well, guess what Coach V is going to be doing before that? I'm going to go scout Carlsbad, our first opponent. They're going to be playing in El Paso. I'm going to go watch them play, come back, do our little scrimmage with our alumni, and then on Tuesday next week, it's off to go scout. I think Oregon Mountain's playing in El Paso. Demi's got it. So we're going to be doing, trying to win and finding out what we need to do to win and exploit other teams' weaknesses. And once again, see what happens. And let the chips fall where they may.
All right, very good. Teeya, I mean, obviously we know you're headed off to Western New Mexico University. Do you know what you're planning on studying there yet?
I'm going to go into like graphic design or computer science.
Have you had a chance to look at those programs over there a little bit?
Yeah, I have. There's a lot of opportunities with that since now the world's going into technology. So why not?
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of things that interest me there too, especially with like graphic design and computer science. You can, like I said, you can go into anything with that. So it's just honestly pick my poison at that point. So
yeah. We'll see you back out there in track and field this year?
oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. All right. I know you're focused on basketball right now, but you excited about the throwing season coming up again this year?
I want to win state now.
Yeah. I was going to say, you did well at district and obviously looking to have another strong year this year, I'm sure.
Of course, yeah.
All right. And I got to be curious. I mean, I'm sure you had multiple offers maybe to choose from. What was it about WNMU that was it the coaching staff, something there that you're like, yeah, this is where I want to be?
It's really close to home, you know, like a 3-hour drive, you know, like the colors purple. The team is really cool too. I also really enjoyed the head coach, you know. She just transferred over there, like just recently. So they are also like fairly on a bumpy start, which is fair because anybody who gets a new coach and has to start from scratch again will start off rough. But I just liked their energy, and they offered me a full ride, so
absolutely. That's a good enough reason as any, obviously, to get that opportunity. So.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Madison, you want to keep playing sports after you finish up with high school? Have you thought about that?
I have. I've thought about it, but currently with the position I'm in, I've thought of more realistically. So sports could potentially be in the card, just seeing how this all turns out, but yeah.
Okay. Is college in the future or something else that you're interested in, or?
I'm planning on going to the military.
Oh, okay. Which branch?
The Marines.
The Marines.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Very good. What made you want to go into the Marines?
I feel like not a lot of women are in there, so I feel like I like proving things. So I feel like going into the Marines would definitely prove a point. I haven't figured out what the point is, but like I feel like just having something to prove, and it's a challenge. It's a big challenge to take on. So I mean, that's something I'm ready for. Already studying for the ASVAB and doing what I need to do in order to get to where I want to go.
Okay.
So
is there a career path in the Marines that you're hoping to go into, or not sure yet?
I'm not sure yet. I'm figuring it out and taking in as much as I can before I just full send it. So.
Okay.
As of right now, yeah.
All right. And we'll see you out in softball again this year?
Time will tell, yeah.
Yes, obviously, as long as injuries heal the way that they should. That's the plan. Okay, well, we'll look forward to that. And we're certainly hoping that basketball, that they figure out what's going on there, and you'll be good to go here at some point before the season begins. So.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Madison, you still got a few years to figure some stuff out there, but, you know, is obviously basketball something you'd like to continue, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, all right. College, is there like a dream college you'd like to go to if you had the choice?
No, just nowhere in New Mexico.
Okay. You're ready to see the rest of the country is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Getting to go on those travel team trips is kind of like, I think I'd like to try Pennsylvania or Oklahoma or things like that. Yeah.
Just nowhere here.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. That's right. We're not going to see any other sports this year, right? Just focusing on basketball.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, and as soon as you're done with the regular season in high school basketball, you're probably back out there playing club ball again, right?
Yes, I am, because I'd be playing with more than one teams.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
You're very busy. I see a lot of the stuff on social media there.
Yes,
so you're obviously very busy with that. All right. Have you thought about career-wise what you'd like to do after high school or after basketball or?
No. Oh, there's a lot of choices, but I really want to go into the medical field.
Okay, very good. Anything in particular in the medical field, or
labor and delivery?
Oh, okay, all right. Move over here to Nevaeh now. And how about you? Is sports something you'd like to continue after high school if you get the chance?
It is not.
Okay, you're just enjoying it right now.
Yeah, I mostly just do sports to pass time throughout high school. But once high school ends, I don't plan on doing any sports.
Okay, and is college in your plans, or something else you'd like to do, or
hopefully to go to college and then go to medical school.
Okay. And any particular medical field that you're interested in, or?
I've had a lot of thought about being like into neurological part, maybe like a surgeon or something.
Okay. So we're going to see Nevaeh and Madison at a hospital near you at some point in the future. So that's the plan. We'll We'll get y'all. You could be in medical school together, be Grey's Anatomy or something like
Oh
that
yeah,
for you.
that'd be so fun.
See, something clicked for them there. Well, we're getting ready for the start of the season. You guys get started and go very quick to begin the season. We got the Artesia tournament, and then there's a game on that Tuesday before the Artesia tournament, right?
Yeah, that Monday we're at Carlsbad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously things get started quick, and you talk. Carlsbad's always. That's been a battle between y'all and Carlsbad over the last few years. So
yeah.
Yes, it has.
yeah. So,
We don't talk about that, guys.
I didn't say anything.
It's embarrassing how people remember.
Well, unfortunately, it's one of those things that you remember more than anybody.
No,
so as soon as
everybody
somebody,
remembers more than me.
Oh,
I
you
try
let her
to
know.
block that.
okay, well, very good.
You let her know.
I try
But you
to-
know what? That's a learn. You'll never do that again, right? It'll be a learning
hope
experience.
not.
I was going to say. And you talked about all the challenges that December is just. Throwing it at you like crazy. Y'all play 12, 13 games in December this year?
Yeah, we got Hobbs, which will be 3 games. We got the Clovis tournament, 3 games, and then we got Hobbs coming here. That's 7. Then we got Los Lunas. That's 8.
Artesia tournament.
Artesia, that's 3, 11. So 12 games.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, sir. Yeah. Wow, I never counted them like that.
Yeah. So you'll definitely go faster at the beginning. In January, we'll kind of temper off a little bit as you get ready for district. But we'll look forward to seeing what the season brings. Ladies, good luck this year. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Coaches, I really appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us again. Pleasure
you.
as always.
Thank you.
Yes.